Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, B-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, in the wee hours of the morning. Oh, 333. My numbers. We railing today. It's going to be a good lesson. That's right. Rightism, 25 rule live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? So let's get there together. I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is asleep, spiritual asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht be true. Right thinkers, excuse me, yeah, right thinkers. P. Funk's philosophy says that I'm gonna tell you about the Trinity of creation. How did creation start? It's the three-pronged deal that's got to be adhered to. Starting at the top of the pyramid, that's the thought, the idea. Okay, God thought existence into creation from thinking. Then it went to the heart. He felt it, and then he went. The heart is the emotion that's going to drive you to do something. So when you feel it in the heart, now you're going to put the action to it. You're going to speak it and make it existence manifest. Those are three ways that creation started. Let's go. Let's talk about thought, emotions, and actions. In Egyptian philosophy, it would be Amun would be the thought, Ra would be the emotion, and Ptah would be the action, the manifesting. Okay, hope you get the concept. Let me break it down. Hope you get it. It's going to be fun. It all starts with thought. That's God, the invisible hidden one. That's in your mind. That's where He is. And there, what happened? Then you feel it where? In the heart. Heart mind coherence. That means your mind and your heart becomes one thought connected together where they don't separate. That's God. He's emotion, He's spirit and consciousness. Thought and emotion. Same concept. And the physical part is tuh. That means He uttered Himself into existence, self-created. Okay, that's the concept. Man has to what? Produce with a woman. Woman can't have a baby without a man. Oh, immaculate conception ain't happening. Moving on. It's all philosophical, metaphorical, and allegorical, not literal. Moving on. Physics tell you that. Man can't die for 3 years and come back to life. Ain't happening. Mythological metaphor. Let's go. All right. But God is the only singular thing in existence is God, and everything after Him is of Him, from Him, by Him. Why is that so hard to understand? And we play these games with a whole bunch of stuff. No, it's real simple. It's real simple. But we complicate it with what? Our nonsense. That ain't God's, that's man's. And God's the one who created, He decided to create humans, to put Himself in experience that He can have a human experience, to put Himself into human beings over and over again, continuous life. And He's part of everybody that comes and goes, not just one person. Okay, let's get that out there now. I'm tired of that nonsense. Oh, hey, Jesus, one God. No, He wasn't. He's a prototype. Okay, and He was right. I am the way to God. Yeah, the way to God is what? Living right, doing right, knowing who He is, studying, putting the work in. It ain't changed. It's the same philosophy, the same rules. But the fall of man considered from spirit to matter. Spirit, we living in a world where whatever we think happens. That's the astral plane. Whatever you think, and since you are God, what do you actually need? What do you really need? Think about it. So that's the concept. And when you get with him, everything else is taken care of. Everything else taken care of. You're doing the work right here. When you get there, ain't no more work. You've done the work here. And from spirit to matter, we are spiritual beings, again, having our human experience. And because we are ignorant or we have a memory wipe, we don't know ourselves. My philosophy philosophically says, know thyself by studying, learning, and practicing whatever right. That ain't hard to do. I do it every day. Our spirit, the spirit needs to have its own human experience. The consciousness, it's got to find a human body, get into it to have experience, and hopefully to his spirit conscious that the body he gets in become conscious and he can go home. Other than that, you got to keep going from body to body, time jumping, space jumping, all these concepts. And we make them real. Okay, we take concepts and bring them to life. Movie's good for that. Y'all watch the movie, all of a sudden you think it's real. Come on, man. It's moving on. Television, they tell lies to your vision. They lie right to your face, and y'all don't see it, but y'all love it. Y'all love that idiot box. I can't knock it, but it's a good tool in a way. It's a bad tool in a way. So anything, if it wasn't good, if it was all good, we wouldn't need bad. If it was all bad, we wouldn't need good. So you got to have both. That's going to be yin and yang. My man said the yin can't yang. You're right. Yin can't yang without the yang. Yang can't yang without the yin. They go together. Spirit and awareness, consciousness go together. That's God. Okay, can't separate them. All right. Now, thoughts from here. We doing the head thing. Are hidden, aka God is hidden. Where? In the mind of man. The two temples. That temple not made with human hands. So he's up here. Pineal gland. What the hell y'all problem with the pineal gland? I've been putting lessons out and it's been getting terrible views. What the hell y'all pineal problem? You need to learn about that. I'm trying to help you, but again, you can't teach somebody who don't want to be taught. I understand that. God is our thoughts. That's hidden in our mind where he dwells all the time. He never sleeps. The all-seeing eye, that's him. That's what it represents. When people see the eye, they see the pyramid. They know that brother from Egypt. They know that brother from Africa. I was in the elevator yesterday, couple. Man, he made me feel so good. They said, you conscious? Yeah. You been over there? I said, no, but only in my mind for the last 35 years. They said, well, I said, yeah, I've been studying 35 years. They said, well, I said, yeah, I know. And they said, we went there. I said, change your life. They said, yep. When somebody go to Africa, to a person, they all said they had an epiphany. Something changed in them. It's been going on for the last 50 years. Dr. Ben been doing it. Dr. Quasi been doing it. My man's doing it now. And when you go to Africa, you going home physically in concept. When you die, if you are awakened because you went to Africa and learned some stuff and found yourself and know yourself, then you can go home too, for real. Moving on. That's the concept. Okay, this is temporary. Ain't a damn thing here can take with you. So if you love this stuff, you're going to be right here. You're going to be right back. That's called reincarnating. We have two minds, or two brains, two sides of the hemisphere. Did you know that? The brain is just one. There's two sides for a reason. Women think one way, men think the other way. Women are from Venus, men from Mars. Okay, male, female. We take it to the extreme, and we really misinterpret and misunderstand it and misuse it. Again, male and female don't always mean man and woman. It just means two opposites that's got to come together. Heads and tails, they ain't male and female. Okay, up and down, it ain't male and female, but that's opposites. That's what Mayat represents, and it's all about what balance, equilibrium between what your thought process. Use both sides of the brain. Most of us think one-sided. Women think with the right, men think with the left. And the right side of the brain is where the emotions and creativity. That's the element that keeps women being women. But they got to add the other half in the men. You got to have the other half. A lot of times, you only got one thing. Balance means you got them both. That's all. And that's what you should strive to do. Think, pros and cons. Before I make a decision, what's the good about it? What's bad about it? That's how you make decisions. That's how you make decisions. God, the spirit, is where? Here, in the heart. At judgment day. That's what they're going to judge you by. Your heart. They don't give a damn about nothing else. Okay? This thing here don't mean nothing. It's only good to you, for you. After that, it means nothing. This is what we value, because this is what keeps store of everything. This is bigger than this. I just found that out too. We knew that a long time ago. See, when you don't know something, you're ignorant. That's fine. But when you don't choose to learn, you don't want to get better, that's stupid and dumb. Simple. So I'm not calling you those things. I'm calling you ignorant for not knowing. If you choose the next action not to learn, that's going to put you in the category of being dumb and stupid. And a lot of us fall in that category. That ain't my problem. Okay? Don't beat me up. Human beings, to give us life. God is a spirit that's in us. Without the spirit of God, we ain't going to live. That's what's in us, God. That's what gives us life, God. Come on, y'all. All right, here we go. God is spirit and consciousness. I keep telling you all the time. Y'all keep making God man and woman. You want God to be like us? No, he's not like us. We got to be like him. Divine, good, righteous. All those qualities in a human makes him God-like. Okay, but God is, again, spirit and consciousness, a.k.a. he's all-knowing, okay? He know what? Your heart. He knows your mind. What else you need to know? That's all-knowing. Metaphorically, he knows all. And you got to connect with him so that way what? Now you know all. And not all. No, damn, that is all you need to know about you. You need to know you 100%. That's what the all means, okay? Emotions, feelings, heartfelt. That's the way to go. Why? The heart is divine. It don't know bad. It don't know evil. It don't know nothing but good, pure, and divine. So if you led by your heart, if you get conscious with knowledge of self, now you got what? God tendencies. You feel for the people. You can think and comprehend, know right from wrong, and you a good person. That's what God's servants are. Y'all call them chosen ones. No, y'all chose to do the right thing, and God chose to bless those who choose him. Simple. You magnify him, he magnify you. Whatever you want to say it. I read all the words. Y'all say all the good stuff, but you don't live it. Everything I say, I have to live. Why? It's a principle. It's the philosophy that I live by. That's why. Like the pastor, y'all preachers, y'all should be living by that damn book. If you're not, start preaching and teaching it. Simple. And when I follow, he lived the book. I respect that. Again, if you're not living the book, I ain't gonna mess with you. And I can tell the difference between the two. I ain't no sucker. I ain't especially stupid, okay, or ignorant. So playing that game with me won't work. All right, let's talk about the emotions. It generates action. That's the rah. You get rambunctious, yeah. Okay. That's that sun. It don't stop shining. When it goes across to the east and goes in underworld, it still shines. It don't shut off. It don't turn off. Hence, it don't sleep. You feel me? Come on. Millions of years, it ain't lost a damn rest yet. So that thing there is bad. The sun, is God. It needs sun. Again, it's God, independent of. You can't even get close to the sun. We 93 miles out, 93 million miles away from it. A fraction this way, that way, and it's a wrap. So it's perfect. What everything is, God is what? Perfection. Again, we see it in nature. God don't make mistakes. You have to, but no. May not be what they can say. Maybe in God's time. I tell people, when you don't get your prayers answered, that's because God working on his time, not your time. So, again, but the sun is independent. And that's what God put it there for. Anything God do is eternal. It's forever. When Newt, which is heaven, and earth, which is Gab, was in love embrace, okay? God said, I can't do that. Y'all need to cut that out. So he shoe separated. And nothing between them two now but air. That's shoe. And that's going to be forever. They're never going to get together again. They broke God's commandment. That's philosophy from the Egyptian concept. All right, here we go. When you do something against God, it's forever. Your punishment or your blessing. That's why when you come to him, you're good to go forever. Different concept. Right thinking philosophy is teaching you how controlling your emotions, the ego. The ego is your emotion. It feels. That's all it does. But it feels greed, hatred, jealousy, envy, negative qualities. Why? Because it has God out. It's on its own. So it's going to do its own thing. Lack of knowledge of itself, it will do what? If you don't know what you're doing, 9 times 10, you're going to make a mistake. Simple as that. Why? If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to make a mistake. And living life in the same way. You need to learn how to master this thing. Why? It's enough for you to do just that. And if you don't, you got to come back and do it again. What did that tell you? Then if you don't get it right, you got to repeat. Like school. You don't make the grade, you don't pass the course, you gotta take it over again. Why? You haven't shown me suitable proficiency to move you on. I use the same quality of masonry. If you don't learn what I'm telling you, I can't move you on. I can't advance you. That's what you got. If you don't pass, you fail. Come back and do it again. Get it right. Reincarnation, they call it life. But by being like what? Like the sun. Become independent. I get up, I do it. I don't need outside forces or entities to help me do anything I need to do. I mean, to get my message to you, this is all me. I used to have a co-worker, a co-producer. I had 3 or 4 people. Now we're down to 1. Why? If it don't mature out and take off with the people there, I said, this ain't a hustle. This ain't a con. This is a way of life. I'm just gonna walk this walk. Whether you walk with me or not, I'm gonna do what I do, enlighten you. So I'm here every day doing it the way I do it. For me, don't need no help. Like the sun, don't need no help to shine. Okay, I'm like the sun. The sun is our true savior. Why? Because if that thing don't rise, we don't exist. Life can't happen without that sun. So Jesus, a man, ain't gonna save nobody. He couldn't save his damn self, metaphorically, philosophically, but that sun is independent. That's the savior. And if he don't rise, we done. That's why he's the savior, okay? And the son was sent by who? His father. Okay, his maker, God. We need it. It don't need us. It could care less. It's just going to do what it does. That's the philosophy of elements, nature. Nature does what nature does. Man is here to work within it, but no, modern man wants to conquer nature. We're not going to do that, okay? Ain't happening. God shows us human his love by giving us that thing that gives us life. He sent his only begotten son. See, it's philosophical, metaphorical. He wasn't in human form, y'all. Come on, man. All right. Action. This is the third part of the Trinity. When you produce manifestation, that means you can talk all you want. You can think, dream, imagine all you want. But are you putting it to making it manifest? Are you bringing it to life? That's the concept that God does. Whatever he thinks, whatever he conceives, he brings it to life. And we have the same ability. That's what being godlike is. Action, aka IRI. That means you doing something. And when you do something, you got an equal opposite reaction to what you're doing, meaning it's going to be rewarded or it's going to be punished. Simple as that. Your choice. And you are the deciding factor. You're the decision maker. Why? Because you're going to be the beneficiary or you're going to be the one to suffer the consequences. It's all you. And we talk and say it. Take it to heart. What come out your pie hole? What action that you do, you're responsible. And if those things are not good, you got to pay the consequences for those actions and those words. Or that wild out acting fool. Okay, have at it. You're responsible for that. I'm not going to do that. Why? I know I'm responsible. So I can control myself. That's what I teach y'all as right thing, a philosophy teacher. Control that emotion. That emotion will make you do some. They said love. Okay, same thing. Emotion, love, same thing. Love will make you do right and make you do wrong. It don't care. Love is love. It don't give a damn which way you use it or how you use it. It's just what it is. That's the concept of philosophy. If you understand it, you can live by them, knowing they stand on them. I do on my philosophy. I don't stand on my personal. No, my philosophy calls the show, run the show. All right. The action of utterance when Ptah one's name to create himself. That's self-creation. When you take a thought and it goes to the heart, and now you want to manifest it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's manifesting. I am manifesting. That's what it's all about. Okay? Where we at? The action. God going from hidden to seen to manifestation. That's the Trinity of creation. Okay? He's here. Nobody else knows. So he's going to bring stuff into existence within him and about him, from him, everything. And the Trinity is the total creation, aka nature. That's what he manifests. We as humans think, feel, then we do that. We do it. That's how God manifests. That's the Trinity of creation. The 3 things that have to be in play for it to manifest. Also, when we live right, do right, think right, act right, we get blessed for that. That's the difference between doing what's right and doing what you want to do. You can't bless you. You satisfy yourself, okay, but you ain't blessed. Blessings give you something that you need, you really need. And he knows your needs. That's what the blessings come from. That's what it's all about. We ain't figured that out yet. We still running around doing a bunch of nonsense. Again, my actions, my IRE is all geared to what? Please God. So I'm gonna do what's right. That's what pleasing God is about. I don't want to piss him off. No, I don't want his wrath. I didn't want his wrath either. Okay, so I get the concept. So AKA doing the right thing. That means right living, right action. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. No, that's it. In your life, for yourself. You ain't responsible for nobody but you. At Judgment Day, nobody gonna be there but you. If you came in this way, you're gonna go out that way. So, but the thing is, how you did while you was here. That's what you're responsible for. Did you know that? Okay, so get a grip. Last one. Appreciate you tuning in. Wisdom is the transformation of your spiritual transmutation from learning and becoming what? One with God through the action. That's how it's done. You can talk all you want, you can think and believe all you want, but if it ain't put to action, y'all say prayer without works is dead. So again, y'all say the right stuff, y'all got the concept, but y'all really ain't living it. That's the whole purpose of it, to live it. And you see it work. I see good Christians, I see bad Christians. Two different people. Talk the same thing, but walking different walks. So that's what makes them different. If you can talk it, you should walk it. If you talk it and walking it, shut up. So moving on. And y'all won't do that. Okay. Now, master these Trinity, mastering the Trinity, those Trinities of what? Wisdom, transformation at the highest level. You know yourself. You know that you and God are one. You come to the conclusion from the action that you put forth. And the conclusion is that you and God are one. I'm God. Okay, that's the wake up. With daily practice of my right thinking philosophy, aka spiritual disciplines, you will experience spiritual transformation, aka awakening from the work that you put in. The Kundalini serpent only activates when you put in the good work. And that's how it's done automatically. You ain't got to do nothing but do good work. And it'll take care from there. It'll do its thing. The concept of spiritual transmutation, meaning you change your way of thinking, you change your way of doing. Now you're doing things that's positive, that's correct, that's going to get you spiritually what? Blessed. That's how you get your blessing, living right. Kundalini serpent was that's physical, that's real. But also the spirit part where he can bless you, manifesting what? The good work that you put in his name. Mastering your spiritual discipline, right thing philosophy, is the way to transform and become what? Spiritually enlightened. That means you know God. Enlightenment means to know. When you get spiritual knowledge, that means you got God, knowledge of God. I'm a spiritual philosopher. I talk God. I walk God. I live God. It's God for me all the time. That's what spiritualism is all about. I'm not religious. I'm not here sermon. No, I'm here talking about God any way I can to get you to understand. So that's by any means necessary. I use books. I use my philosophy, my life experience, just to get you to understand about God, a.k.a. thyself. All right? Wrapping it up again. Appreciate you tuning in. Take some of this to heart and use it and be better for it. Trust me on that one. And you appreciate it. Wisdom, knowledge transportation. Wisdom and knowledge transformation. Gaining knowledge, using it, understanding it, and having it what? Prepare you to be a better person. That's what it's all about. And you are going from what? Human to God with knowledge of self. You become God-like. With ignorance, you're just human. No knowledge of God, you're just human. You're just going through the moment. And that's cool. You can, but you'll be back. But when you get enlightened, when you know God, you become a different person. My goal is to get you to be the best you can be. Look at me. I'm going to give you an example as best I can daily. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Right, thinkers. In closing, you know the deal. May you all let it be 100, me, 100 miles a day. So I know none of my right thinkers who now understand the Trinity of God have passed away. Become God-like, activate your Trinity thought, emotions, and actions. It works. Trust me. I'll be right back.